Welcome back to Leeds Lately, where today I'm going to be previewing Newcastle United versus Leeds United at St.James Park in the Premier League. So today I thought I'd have a bit more of a look from a tactical perspective of how this game might pan out. So the first thing I'm going to look at, very simple, this isn't tactical, I'm just looking at the last 5 games. Newcastle, as you can see, lost 4, drawn 1. We've lost 3, won 2. Form doesn't mean anything. That's why I really wanted to put this in. I don't think form means anything. Anything can happen on the day. Look at Brighton. They beat us 1-0 and they failed to win in their last 9 games. I don't think we can take much from that. So anybody saying, oh, Newcastle are playing terribly at the moment, it can all change on the day. Next thing I wanted to get into is, what the hell is that? Ignore that. Next things I wanted to get into is our strengths and weaknesses. Now, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with whoscored.com here because our weaknesses, avoiding offside, defending against attacks down the wing, you can read all that. Yes, I understand some of these, but shouldn't Newcastle have the same amount? They've got 3 weaknesses, considering how badly they've been playing this season. So our strengths are creating chances through individual skill and attacking down the wings. There's a shooting direct from free kicks, which, if Ayling has his way, we won't be giving any free kicks away in dangerous areas because he screams and balls every week trying to not let people do that. Their weaknesses are keeping possession of the ball, which plays into our hands greatly because if we can nick the ball and trigger counter-attacks, that helps us massively in the way that we play. Defending against attacks down the wings, that's our bread and butter. That's what Bielsa wants us to do. We get to the byline, we cut it back, we whip it in the box. I don't think whipping it in the box at head height is going to do very well against Newcastle's defenders because they're just going to head it away and clean it up every time. Those type of defenders, like Brighton's defenders, are happy to take them all day because they know that they can defend them. What they can't defend is fast-paced balls cutting across the surface from the byline, which is what we really try and do in a lot of games. Next, I want to look at the XG of each team. So our actual goals that we've scored is 30, and we've conceded 34 obviously, but our expected goals for is 30.86 goals, and we've scored 30. So we're actually pretty good to our XG. We have missed some chances, but judging by this, if in fact you do put any stock in XG, which I think we can. I think you have to take it with a pinch of salt. I think XG is good in one sense that you do get an idea of how many goals the team should really be scoring, but then it's really down to somebody judging what they think is a good chance or not. So it could be a flawed system, but I think we can use it to gain a rough idea of how many goals a team should be scoring and how many they should be conceding. So our actual expected goals against is 35.1. How many goals have we actually conceded? So we've conceded 34 and our expected goals was 35, so we're actually one better than what our expected goals says. It's not anything to shout about, is it? We've conceded too many goals. But overall our XG is about right to what we've conceded and what we've scored. Newcastle's expected goals for 18.49 and their expected goals against 30.3. Expected goals for is 18.5 and they've scored 18, and their expected goals against is 30 and they've conceded 30, so they're the same as us really. They've scored as many as they should have done and they've conceded as many as they should have done, but their expected is a lot lower than ours, which is obviously a promising thing for us, is that they don't create as many chances as us by quite a lot. 12 goals difference. So obviously they're not prolific. Don't worry, I said this about Brighton and then Maupay went and scored. I don't worry that much. I think if we do concede, which we could do because we always do this season it seems, I think we will hit back, we will score against them, because even though Bruce sets them up in a defensive regime, they're not that good at defending. That's the simple fact of it, they're not brilliant at defending. The last thing I wanted to look at was the average positions in our game against them earlier in the season where we beat them 5-2. I've actually been through quite a few of Newcastle's games on this website, whoscored.com, and looked at their average positions. They seem very similar in every game. They're always in their own half. I mean, look at the difference in our average positions in this game, and it's not just this game, it's every game. Ours are much higher up the pitch and theirs are much further back. Now, people say we concede too many goals, but if we're scoring the same amount of goals as we concede, then you're always okay. Whereas Newcastle, they've scored 18 and conceded 30, and I think it was even Bruce himself admitted that they shouldn't be where they are in the league. They haven't played well enough to get there. They've got lucky in some games. So overall, I think with our record being better away anyway, I think we're going to win this one. Now, as a Leeds fan, I think I'm often going to predict Leeds to win, but maybe not against some of the bigger teams, some of the better squads. This one I think we are going to win, just because of the way Newcastle have been playing. They sit back, but they're not good enough at it. They concede too many, even though they're sitting back and playing in that defensive style. So I think we've got the beating of them again here. I think we're going to do the double over them, and that'll take us up to 26 points, which is not bad for halfway through the season. So watch this space. I'll come back to you with a match reaction. It won't be right after the game because I work full time, so I won't have time to get a video out that night, but it will be as soon as I possibly can after the actual game. I'll put some tweets out if you want to follow me on Twitter at Leeds_Lately, and also I will be launching a website for Leeds Lately soon where you can check out blogs, articles, transfer stories, and many more. Even maybe exclusive smaller videos that won't be going on YouTube that you would have to go to the website to find. So if you want to check that out, stay tuned and I'll update my Twitter, as I said, at Leeds_Lately. So subscribe if you want more Leeds content, and I'll see you after the Newcastle game.